Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Bushka, and today's going to be a super long video. It's not going to be the magic 10 minutes that YouTube usually requests, at least I don't think it is. Maybe it will be. I talk a lot. This is a video on how to hot drop, and I want to talk to you mostly about how you can get down fastest. Not so much the bang, bang, shoot, shoot kind of stuff at the end of it. I want to talk about how you get down quickest. Now, I'm going to show you the basic stock standard hot drop at a place where everyone should be knowing how to do the stock standard, how fast can you get down kind of thing, and that's boot camp on the Sanok map. So let's go right back to the start of that. Now the key that you're going to see here is I've marked on the map the buildings on the very, very western edge of boot camp, and the thing that I want you to look at right here is this number up the top. Okay, that's this number right here, up in here, right? That is 762. Anything around 750 to 760 is going to work for you. If you drop on a dead flat surface, you can go out to maybe 800 meters. But if you want to do this anywhere that's slightly elevated, and boot camp is indeed slightly elevated, slightly above sea level, or the buildings are anyway, then you want to give that about an extra 30 meters off. Now, the key is going to be that as soon as we drop, you're going to see down here is the control, and it is going to get jammed hard to the 45 degrees angle to the, basically, if you're looking at it, it's northeast. And then my finger, which is going to be on the right-hand side over here, is going to point straight down so that my player character goes down as hard as he possibly can and at a 45 degree angle to the target line as fast as he possibly can. And that'll get you up to this magic number right here. That, boys and girls, 234 is the key. If you're going 234 kilometers an hour straight down at a 45 degree angle to your target, you will land as quickly as you can possibly land. Now, that must seem fairly obvious to those of you who've been playing the game for quite some time, because this is indeed one of the absolute clutch things that you do as you progress, and everyone knows how to do that. But there are variations on a theme. For instance, a lot of people drop Picardo Arena. Now, I'm going to show you something about Picardo Arena. Remember how we talked about how Picardo Arena is a little bit taller? What do I mean by that? Say that's Picardo Arena, and this is the ground, okay? And you're dropping in from a plane up above it. Well, you have to factor in the height in that. I mean, you're actually dropping into a point on the ground as fast as possible that's over there. Whereas if you were dropping to this point here, you could start 50 meters earlier. The problem with this whole state of affairs is a lot of people don't factor in the extra height of buildings, the height above sea level. And indeed, the Picardo area, although it's pretty flat around it, and it's the base of a kind of a valley, the arena and the six stacks and the casino and everything are all raised above that. So when I drop here, I am actually dropping at 740 meters. Now, why is this important? Because that is going to get me, again, you can see I angle straight down, 45 degrees. Over here is like clutch. You can see that angle again is at 45. The airspeed again is at 234, but when we get close, you can see, I'm going to show you here, you will sometimes get the angle at 44 or 46. So when you open it up, what you're actually doing as you're flying down, and the reason I've got this map open is because you will see me make minor adjustments on my actual player here. I'll move him to that direction or that direction, and I'll do that by using my second finger on this part of the screen over here. And that's how you can make sure that you are going in at a pure 45 degree angle to the target. Now, the reason this is so important, you can see this is the area that I want to get in through here. There's a rooftop, and that is obvious, like that is like 2 stories above ground level, which is a good 10 meters, which means that if I was going to be doing this to land on a flat surface and I wanted to land there where I am going to land above there, I would be able to start this at like 800 meters away. And it's why you have to adjust these jumps for height. The reason this is so important is because look at how I'm able to hold that speed, that airspeed. I'm at 64 kilometers an hour, 100, as you come out of this. See how fast you're going? And I have to actually pull off that airspeed because I've actually left it. Watch this, right here. You're going to see my left-hand side of the screen. Look over here. Because I've jumped maybe 10 meters too early, just 10 meters too early, you are going to see my thumb go from pointing straight that way to actually coming off altogether and just going back to plane. There it is, right there, back to the middle. So I went from going down at 90, slowly decelerating, to really dropping a lot of airspeed. And the reason I had to do that was I jumped maybe 10 meters too early. 740 maybe would have been better, 730. And that was still enough though. The other group that was right next to me in the sky has gonna land a little bit later. And look at the difference that makes. I've got a Scar L. Like, it literally gets me 3 kills, the first 3 kills of the game, really, just about. And it gets me those because I dropped better than these dudes. So this is why it's so important to understand the nuances. And I'm going to show you a couple of other interesting examples and talk to you about some really important distances. I don't know what they're all saying there, and I don't want to... Okay, so again, this is if we look at the top of the map here, you're going to see when I jump, I actually jump really, really early. Now, there's a reason for this. Well, not really, really early, but it's earlier, slightly earlier than the last one. It's 749 meters away. But I'm actually going to land this one nearly perfectly. Now, the reason is there's less movement. I get my 45-degree angle over here. I get that a lot quicker, just there. And I'm able to, you can see me adjusting on the minimap. I'm trying to hold that line dead straight the whole way through. But the other thing here is you've got to understand where you're jumping to. If you look down at Picardo Arena, there is a whole section here that I want to hit. I want to actually hit that corner, okay? I want to hit that corner, and that's right at the start of the building. I don't have to worry too much about covering the distance above. I want to be at 10 meters above ground just at that point. So I can get away a little bit more with landing it absolutely flush. And look how hard I'm hot drop to the gun, not the mark. This is from another video, but look how I've never had to release that. And that means that my airspeed maintained. When I came in, I was doing over 70 kilometers an hour, right on the very corner. I've landed it another 2 or 3 meters short, I wouldn't have actually landed. Like, that is literally only, what, the distance from there to there? What, 3 meters? 2.5 meters? That is a nearly perfect hot drop into Picardo Arena from 760 meters away. Now, I know that because I've done this drop so many times. And it's important. It means that I get to that hole first. I'm going to get the M16 first again. And I just get a better gun. Okay, so that's that. Now I want to talk about a different hot drop. Again, we're going to use a Miramar hot drop, and this is to Hacienda del Patron. This is a great example of knowing the spot you're dropping to. At 800 meters on a flat surface, 790, you can drop it just about to the dot, okay? But I am dropping at Hacienda del Patron, and I'm dropping at 780. Now, 780 is not a good space to drop if you want to drop dead set into the middle of your mark and it's that high above sea level, because Hacienda del Patron is actually quite high. It's on a hill, and then you've got a couple of stories, and then you've got a atrium kind of area in the middle. But what I want to do at the house of the boss is I don't want to drop dead set in the middle. I've made that my mark, but I actually want to drop around the edges on the outside because this is a really contested space and it's the best drop on the flight path right now. So what I'm going to do is drop to the backside. It's where I want to drop, and I'd rather drop there fast than drop into the middle and do it, you know, and do it contested and land with everyone else. So this is me getting a gun, getting a little bit safer on this drop, and understanding the mechanics of it so that I can actually get that across the line. And it's hugely effective because it gets me that gun and it lets me hear this guy drop and land, and voila, we're off to a great start. Now I want to show you, this is called like the 1.1k meter special. The mill base point that I've chosen is actually 1300, 1255 I think it is when I drop here. Here we go, 1260, 1259, 1255. Now, that is easily reachable if I just go flat. And by flat, I mean, you can see right here, I'm flat, straight across and heading towards the horizon. So I've got my right hand flat, I've not done anything, and I'm only just jamming straight forward on my direction key. And the right finger that I'm using at the moment, if I was going to be doing a hot drop, would be pointing straight down, but it's not. Instead, I'm gliding. Now, what I'm going to do here is Millbase is going to be a really hotly contested drop this time. I am looking to go to the factory area on the eastern side, but I realise around about now that maybe I should drop to the garages just before that, because I think it's going to be contested. It was really good, and it would be really good to get the factory, but I want to drop the garages and then move in there with the loop. But I want to drop the second garage. Now, this is a drop I've done a lot, and when I was actually mapping this out, I looked at where everything was and I measured the distances. Now, that's going to be about 1,050 meters there. So what you want to do is at 450 meters, you can, after gliding flat, you can go straight down and get to about 950 meters, 1K, depending on how far away the target is. But because, did you see where I went down there? At 400 meters, because I want to get about 1,100. Now that's a little bit extra. So I've glided to 800 meters, okay, from 1255 to 400. So 830 meters, and then I am going to do the same as we do when we do a normal hot drop. Straight down is going to turn into 45-degree angle, and my other finger, my right finger, is going to go straight down like this, and we're going to get to that mythical 234 kilometer an hour distance. And you can see me adjusting looking at the mini map. There you go. So look at that angle there. Straight across like that. This is up like this, and my right finger is pushing straight down, and we're going to hit the parachute, and we're going to hit it and land at about 1.1 kilometers from our original mark. You can see the numbers at the top of the screen there, going from, they're at 132 now. When we land, 128, 120, 107. That's 107 was 1,150 meters. We've actually gone a little bit further. And I wanted to get to this middle building. Why? Well, this is knowing your map. This means that I get to loot this building, and I'm definitely going to land here first. And if there's nothing here, I get to move to the next building. And the reason I do this is because I've sucked before by landing at the first one and getting stuck while this guy actually has all the loot behind him. And that way I get a gun from the second building, and you know, we ended up having a really good game. So there's a lot to learn about with hot drops, but the key numbers there are about 400 to 450. You can go straight down from 1K depending on how high above sea level you are, and you will get there very, very quickly. And the other one is obviously about 234 kilometers an hour is the number you're looking to get those numbers again. 200, whoa. What's that? I want this squiggly line. 234. Okay, that's that number there. That's what we want to have all the time. 45-degree angle there. Now, this is one of my favorite things to do. Basically, 90 to 100 meters straight down will land you, maybe even 110, will land you at your target. So when I'm jumping off the plane here, I want to go to Novo. I'm 145 meters away. That's too far away to go straight down and actually land it on top of the crates. So what I'm going to do is 45-degree angle there, and I go straight down there until I get a little bit close, about 90 will do it, and then I just go 100% straight down like a mofo. Do you see that? I mean, look at that. Look at that all around you. You know, there's people bloody everywhere, right? So it's going to be really, really, really important to land this one fast. So I'm just going straight down. Straight down is as fast as you can go. 234 kilometers an hour. It's going to drop me, and watch how fast my chute's going when I land and how hard I hold that speed as we come all the way down. Actually holding it over the water, 90, 80. I'm going 74 when I land, 73, 72. Get myself an M16, and does it pay off? First one down, 1 kill, 2 kills. Nearly kill that bloke down the end. He drops down, we get him after. And then we get another bloke who's landed after me and runs up just there. Hello? Yeah. Look, that's why you learn to hot drop like this. This is why you know the numbers. This is why you know the distances. This is why you know your angles. Because getting down first is literally the difference between going back to the garage and lobby and stuff and going and wrecking people. Like, you know, look at this game. I started, I got 3 kills, I got 4 kills. There's people running all over the place, and I'm running around with a barrel and a SCAR-L, like, already. And I've got 4 kills, level 2 helmet. I'm looking good, looking healthy. That's the guy I got before, who I didn't get down the other end. That's it. That's hot drops. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Look after yourselves. Be sure to stay tuned. That video with Ocho on hackers is coming up. It's really, really important. I want that one to come out. We're actually turning it into a 2-part series because basically there's a bloke up there who was up there the whole time. He landed, got like an SLR and stayed there. Basically, there was just so much info. We talked for like an hour and a half, me and Ocho. I think that one there was a bot though. Yeah, that's a bot. And we had so much going on that I've turned it into a 2-part series. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Look after yourselves and stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.